I want to show y'all an example, family, of how the system of racism, white supremacy works. Here we have it, a white boy, a white supremacist rather, gets the brakes beat off of him after going into a black Mississippi bar using the N-word. And the FBA brothers in that bar stood all the way on business. Now the mainstream news media outlets is trying to flip the narrative, to make the white boy out to be the victim of a hate crime, when if you ask me, the white boy is the one who in fact lit the fuse, causing the whole string of events to unfold in the way in which they did. Because sometimes when you go out looking for trouble and problems ends up on your doorstep and sitting in the seat of your lap. And when you do stupid things, you get stupid prizes. So I don't feel sorry for this white supremacist, no way. And I got the audio and the video of this nonsense, to where though the mainstream news media outlets is trying to put it out there that the white supremacist is the victim, and we're going to walk through and talk about it how we normally do, family. Fair use.
Video surfaces of a man police say might have been a victim of a hate crime. This happened after officers say an intoxicated man walked into a Marshall County club and used the N-word when referring to the patrons.
Investigators say that the bar is also a problem spot. They say that they respond to it several times every weekend.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson.
It don't matter if the bar is a problem spot. Stop trying to tie everything to this scenario or situation, because this is a play in the white supremacist handbook that you never take responsibility. Therefore, you make yourself look, completely innocent in a system of racism, white supremacy. You get to play the victim role. But let's continue.
And is live outside CJ's Lounge on Memphis Street in Holly Springs. So, Daniel, how is this man police are calling a victim?
Daryl and Darcy, good evening to you. Good evening.
He ain't no damn victim. That man is a white supremacist who was displaying his anti-black racism. So, he got what he deserved. I don't feel sorry for him, no way. But let's continue.
Evening to you at home. They say he didn't go to the hospital until today. He believes he may have a broken jaw. Meanwhile, CJ's Lounge is now closed. Police say that they were operating without a beer or a business license. Holly Springs police say cell phone footage they provided to Fox 13 News shows a Tippah County man who has been stripped naked. They say the people who attacked him are seen pouring on him what investigators believe to be beer. Officers say seconds before, they hit, kicked, and stumped nearly every part of his body.
The guy walked in and he was very aggressive.
Miles Stone says he was at CJ's Lounge on Memphis Street late Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Other guys in the area was listening, trying to remain calm. We asked them, they asked for him to leave quietly.
See, the FBA brothers in that bar was trying to defuse the whole situation. This is typically how white supremacists do things. They start things, like the fuse, and then, they sit in the cut and lay in the cut and play the victim role. I don't rock with that whatsoever. This white supremacist got everything he deserves, if you ask me.
But police say the man continued to call the patrons the N-word. Holly Springs police provided another video of the man outside the bar, speaking erratically, throwing what investigators believe to be gang signs.
I don't believe they gang signs whatsoever. What I believe he is throwing is white supremacist hand signals, white supremacist hand gestures, family. So we got to keep our eyes on that aspect of things as well. But let's continue.
There was scuffling and stuff outside. He was still trying to fight. He still was saying the N-word. Man, F-U-Ns, F-U-Ns.
Officers say the attackers used poles and sticks to beat him.
So you don't think this is a problem spot?
I do not think. I think it's a positive spot.
But Holly Springs
I agree with the brother. I think it's a positive spot, and the only reason it's catching a lot of, backlash now is because white supremacists got beat down, and then the white supremacists, ran society. They don't like this, you know what I mean? Because, every bar, truth be told, got its own nuisance problems and, sets of problems, So this, bar ain't exempt from that. Anytime you introduce, alcohol and drinks to the equation along with people, you're going to get some kind of problems, So this, bar ain't exempt from that, but let's continue.
Police disagree. The police chief estimates they've been to some 30 calls over the last 3 months CJ's has been open.
This bar ain't got no more problems than any other bar got, but let's continue.
They say there have been fights, guns found inside, and a man shot in the foot. The chief tells me they're pushing the district attorney to declare it a nuisance.
I'm not standing for anything like that. However, we have to live with our choices, and he made a choice by going into there aggressively, and he has to live with the choice he's made.
Back out live.
I agree. That man went in there looking for trouble, and sometimes when you look for trouble, it winds up on your doorstep and sitting in the seat of your lap.
here in Marshall County. Again, you're taking a look at that letter that was placed on the door. We should mention that police tell us right now they have a person of interest who they would like to speak with. Meanwhile, if you were here, you have information, you're asked to call the Holly Springs Police Department. Well, what does the victim remember about what happened? I'm working on that part of the story for Fox 13 News at 6. DG.
That is Fox 13's Daniel.
Hopefully these brothers, these FBA brothers involved, they don't try to railroad them and hit them with some kind of hate crime, because we ain't doing the whole, racialized double standards things. If these brothers get, crimes put on them, especially hate crimes, that white degenerate, needs to have hate crimes put on him because he lit the fuse, causing a whole string of events to unfold the way in which it did. And in closing, when you do stupid things, you get stupid prizes. In this case and scenario, the white supremacist prize ended up being a good old-fashioned FBA ass whooping. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.